Hello Libra, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. A Two of Wands. I feel like we got this card last time for you, didn't we? Maybe. Two of Wands is very assertive. This is a card of dominion. This is a card of having the confidence and the assertiveness to give directions, to implement your will in the world. Okay? This is not a timid energy by any means. This is Mars in Aries, right? Think of the Aries as being this very just on a rampage. It can be a rampage energy. I'm getting the feeling you might be a little heated up about something. You might be a little, well, maybe you're a little mad. Sometimes we need that energy. Sometimes we need that fire. We need to clench our fists and grit our teeth and feel our anger. Right? There's nothing wrong with anger. Everyone's with this enlightenment, so we shouldn't be angry. Nobody gets angry anymore. It's passé, right? It's uncouth to be angry, but we're given these emotions for a reason, right? There's a reason why we're able to feel that kind of anger. Now we want to be in control of it, and that's what this card is about. Control. This is how we are going to use our frustration or anger or rage or whatever you want to call it. How we're going to use this in a productive way to construct our reality, not to destruct anything, right? So when we feel this anger, there's a reason for it. It's best that we try to find the source of it and understand how we might be able to channel it into a productive sort of lane, okay? We're going to put this card into some context, and we're going to see maybe why we're feeling this way and what we're going to do with this energy. This is, again, this could be unleashed into a rampage. We could be getting a tower moment, but no, thankfully. I was going to be worried if that was a tower card, but no, it's the Magician. We're channeling it into a constructive outlet, right? We're producing something. We're creating something. We're constructing our reality. We're not destructing anything. So if we're angry, if we're enraged, if we're frustrated, let's give that over to our Magician. Let's give that over to Mercury and figure out how to utilize that energy. Maybe that's the energy that we need to really make a final push in our projects, in our work, in our creative projects, or whatever it is. It's a motivation for change. Right? If we're angry about something, that means that something exists, within us or around us that is less than ideal. We're angry about it. Something has happened. We don't like it. Right? So let's optimize the situation. Let's construct something that we do like. There's the Star card. There's the very good. This is nice. This is the Queen of Swords and Ten of Cups. Yes, see, that's what we're trying to create. And we think, anger is all about tearing stuff down. I'm gonna put my fist through a wall, break things. You're angry with your toys and you just want to sort of snap your toy trucks or, your color pencils or something. But that sort of, it's almost a passion. That sort of feeling, can be channeled into something that is absolutely beautiful. Okay. And let's see what else we've got here. Seven of Swords makes sense, right? And maybe this is you sort of not being so comfortable with that feeling. Kind of saying, well, I feel this power, like I just want to, like I could just tear phone books, But then there's that part of our mind that says, I shouldn't be angry. I'm not supposed to get angry. If I'm angry, that means that I'm out of control. No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that. Okay. And we don't want anger to be out of control, but we can use this fiery Two of Wands energy, whatever label you want to give it. And maybe that's just it. Maybe with the Seven of Swords, we don't like the label, But we can call it something, or we don't have to call it anything. Let's just call it a Two of Wands. Okay. Let's keep going here. We have, the Knight. The Knight of Swords. That is your Libra energy. That is one of your superhero cards, right? Very good. And a Princess of Cups. Now we've got a lot of court cards. And we got the High Priestess. And we got a Four of Swords. Good. Four of Swords is perfect. Because really, as quickly as we're heated up with the Two of Wands, we can easily calm it back down with a Four of Swords and say, okay, I can let it go. I can use this fiery energy while it's here to get some stuff done, right? And then I can easily let it go after I don't need it anymore. So we're not holding on to it. We're not identifying with it. It's a tool that the magician will use. It's one of the many tools that the magician can use, right? To the magician, everything is a tool if you can build with it. Just like everything's a toy if you can play with it, to the Fool card, right? But the magician is, that's your energy right now. And that's wonderful, especially since we've got your superhero card, this Libra energy, this Knight of Swords here. Now, there's a lot of court cards, right? We've got 1, 2, the 3. We got 3 court cards. So I feel like maybe this is something going on with friends or family. It's something going on at school or it's at work. I feel like there's other people around and we're just kind of getting frustrated. And rather than letting that frustration sink down beneath the surface and slowly start building up into that rate, and we get a tower and we blow up, that you're finding a way to do something with it now. You're acknowledging it. You're saying, I feel this way. I feel frustrated. I feel a Two of Wands right now. And so I need to do something. I need to implement some changes. I need to try to, maybe some of this is, the way we can channel some of our emotions into other activities, physical activities. Physical, maybe. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And it's going to go right here with Jimbo, the Lizard King, a.k.a. Mr. Lizard. Don't forget, Libra, you are magic. So is the magician. You are the magician. We're not going to look at this card until the very end. It will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction for that card, put it in the comments. Let's use that intuition. Okay? That's what we need right now, is intuition. That's why we've got the High Priestess in the position of the difficulty, right? And I think that's important. When we're on the path of the dove here, we don't want that card. This position is the card we don't want, okay? We don't want our intuition. We don't want a sort of trust in the universe. We don't want to just assume that, Spirit will take care of everything. No, I'm kind of pissed off. I feel a Two of Wands. I want to do something right now. I can't just, sit and meditate and be all zenned out and let it go, No, I want to do something with this energy. Okay? I'm going to do something constructive. It's a choice. I'm going to choose to do something that's going to bring about health and healing and love and beauty and success, happiness, joy. This is the dream come true card up top, right? So we've got 3 major arcana energy: the Magician, the Star, and of course the High Priestess. These are very high-level spiritual cards, especially the Star card, because the Star is the divine light itself, right? The starlight. It's coming in to illuminate you. It's coming in to show you where your buttons are And this is the button right now. That button's being pushed, right? The star card comes in and shows you where your knots of karma are, shows you where your weak spots are, your sore spots, your buttons, right? Allows you to sort of receive that light, shows you where those buttons are so that you can start working on them, acknowledging them, and channeling that energy into productive things. And that's phase 2 of the star card, because then that light, that divine light, starts shining outward and shows you your path, shows you what you need to sort of do with yourself, you know? And what that does, that light that's flowing in us, it allows us to become a pure conduit, a clear channel, a hollow tube for the spiritual light. It turns us into a magician. The magician is that Mercury, is that conductor of the spiritual electricity, right? Typical posture for the magician is one hand upraised with the wand. Here's my wand. And the divine energy comes in through the wand and out the other hand to earth, right? So I'm receiving the divine light, and I'm a clear channel for it, and I'm expressing it perfectly with no loss, no data loss, no packet loss, no corruption, right out to the world. Okay, I'm a clear conduit, a pure channel of the divine light. That's the ideal situation. I think that we are all magicians to a greater or lesser degree. The more work we do with the star energy, the more pure of a conduit we become. Okay? And we're able to transmit the light very clean, right? No blockages. The high priestess, of course, is then the intuition, but really it's the way in which we either kind of consciously accept that starlight. And the way it looks to me is the star is above, the divine light's coming down, and we either accept it or reject it. We accept it into ourselves, and we start to be transformed. We start to become the magician, right? But we need this lunar, because see the moon, right? This is a full moon card. It reflects the starlight, the sunlight, okay? And the sun is just your own particular star. And so that light, if we accept it, it's reflected into us, and we can see where our blockages are, where our karma is. This is that spiritual flow. That's why I said these are very high-level cards, okay? And you've got all 3 of them. So I feel like Libra right now this is good. This is a jackpot moment for you. You've got all 3 of these major arcana cards that are showing you that you're becoming, the very best magician, right? That you're becoming the architect of your own life, and this is one example of how you do that. So we've got in all of this energy, right? Look at all the cards we have. Do you notice anything? Well, we see cool colors, very cool colors, right? Blues and purples and, soft colors, very cool colors, right? Except for, obviously, our 2 of Wands. It's fiery, right? Even the 10 of Cups. Why is the 10 of Cups a fiery-looking card? Oranges and reds and things. I think it's showing the connection of the will, the 2 of Wands, right? The assertiveness, that sort of rage, that confidence, that passion, that Mars and Aries sort of rampage energy that is going to secure for you this happy life. The 2 of Wands is a means to an end. It's not the end in itself. But this is one button that's being pushed in you. And I don't know what it is that's upsetting you. It could be one of these few people that are around you. It could be just a general frustration and sort of a lack of communication. It could be communication breakdown, blockages, that sort of thing. But that's the fire energy we have, and this is the button that's being pushed in you. Okay? We got fire, we've got water and water, we've got air, 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 and air. And we don't have any earth energy, but the 10 of Cups up here. This is what it's all about. This is above you. This is your ideal. This is what you're reminding yourself always, keeping this in the forefront of your mind. This is what you want. This is why this is the card that we put on the wall. This is the card that we tape to the mirror, right? So every time we look in the mirror, we see it. This is the poster on your wall. Whatever you got to do, keep this in mind. And anytime one of your buttons is getting pushed, anytime you're feeling like that something's kind of getting activated in you and you're starting to feel a little ticked off, remember your 10 of Cups, your ideal life, the dream life, the happiness, the future life that you want, the dream come true life. And we say, okay, what can I do with this anger right now that'll help me get here? Is this something where I can use this fire energy to push a little faster or a little harder or work a little differently over here, wherever? And can I use this as fuel to sort of to speed up my timeline a little bit? You know? Because this is what it's all about. This is the best life. This is the fullness of life. This is the satisfaction. This is the dream come true. Okay? So you don't want to lose sight of this, especially when our buttons are getting pushed and we sort of want to just react in the moment. You're being told to remember your 10 of Cups so that you don't do anything that's going to jeopardize this or push it back or slow it down or delay it in any way. Because this is, you're aware with the star energy, you're aware that you have a destiny to fulfill this, that this is what is meant for you. This is the absolute fullness of your potential in life. And you know that it's out there for you, to create, that this is something that the magician can construct. You also know that Spirit, in order for you to fully construct your reality, Spirit's going to show you what your buttons are. Spirit's going to put these particular people in your path or these circumstances that are going to push your buttons. And your button's getting pushed. And that's Spirit doing that. Okay? Because that's the work. That's sort of, I guess we could call it karmic work if you want. The self-development sort of stuff that you need to work on in order to get closer to your 10 of Cups. That absolute bliss and happiness, that dream come true. And it's a 10, so it's earth energy too, right? So it's the dream coming true, okay? And so we know that this is part of the work of Spirit. We keep that in mind also. Keep this inside of you and keep this on the mirror in front of you, okay? And of course, we've got the higher perspective back here. I like this card a lot in your case because it's about rising above the situation itself. In other words, we're trying not to react in the moment. The Two of Wands, it's very reactionary, because it feels like you're on a battlefield and someone's swinging a club at your head. You're going to have to swing your club back, right? I mean, it's that kind of urgency. The Queen of Swords is able to rise above the actual situation, whether it's someone at work that's, doing whatever or certain obstacles in your way. The Queen of Swords rises above all of the turbulence, right? And is able to really see what's going on and say, yeah, I got the Two of Swords. I mean, Two of Wands, Two of Swords, too, similar. I got that Two of Wands feeling. I can see why. But let me look a little bit further into the future. And let me realize that my choices right now, it's almost like we've sort of taken a time out, in the moment. We've paused. We've frozen the world. We've stopped the world, right? And we're able to see the situation. I can see myself there with this person and I'm about to start saying stuff I don't want to say. And, I'm having this reaction. But let me look a little bit into the future and see what the consequences of my actions will be. Let me find the right choice. Let me find the pathway, the timeline that's going to lead me here rather than lead me further away from there. Right? So it's just about us analyzing the various choices we have before us and picking the one that has the best outcome, the best consequences or results. Right? And we know what we want those to be. So we don't just sort of react impulsively, a knee-jerk kind of reaction, because that's more than likely not going to bring us closer to our ideal life, that 10, that dream come true life. Spirit's saying something about there's something about water going on. I don't know what the water energy. Either you're by a lake or a river, or there's some body of water that's relevant to you. Specifically, I think, like for this situation. But anyway, that higher perspective, that objectivity, that's what we need here. Okay? It's allowing you to sort of recognize the Ten of Cups, recognize the Star, recognize the different options you have going forward. Now, those different options, of course, can be that Seven of Swords. There are different pathways. There might be one right answer here, that central sword. See the Ace of Swords right in the middle? And there's all these other options that may not be leading to the goal. It may seem like they do, but they're just a little bit off to the side. Right? The trajectory is just a little bit off by like 1 degree. You're going to miss the mark. Okay? So this is really about trying to find the right way to use this feeling, the right thing to do in this situation. Whether we can turn this into a teachable moment, we can turn this into a learning experience for ourselves. Maybe it's a humbling moment, Maybe this is a time where you really do have to stand up for yourself, and you're sort of standing up to a bully or standing up to a tyrant, and that's going to be very good for you. The results of that will be very productive, very constructive, right? It might be a time where we've got to really walk away, okay? And I think in that Two of Wands situation, it does feel kind of like fight or flight. It's almost as if you have literally two options here, But we need to have the ability to sort of analyze this in real time and to know that we don't want to do anything that's going to jeopardize our future. We've got to make the best decision in order to sort of optimize the outcome. And with the Seven of Swords here, it feels to me like this might be some kind of just a miscommunication with someone, right? So this might be an opportunity for you to really show your maturity and show that you have this sort of deeper insight, and that you don't just, you're not just offended by the situation, that you're able to see kind of what the real meaning is and show your deeper insight and your maturity, The Magician card is the one that can adapt. It's a very adaptable card. And this is kind of like everything we're talking about sort of happening in real time here. And the Magician is able to process all of this so quickly and to optimize the situation and to sort of analyze and sort of predict which path is going to have the best outcome. And then that is what they do, right? That is the Magician. Very adaptable. It's a card that, I think says that you're meant to optimize the conditions of life, that you're meant to use every tool at your disposal in order to, the Ten of Cups, that's sort of the optimized life, right? The optimum kind of life. But if you can't change the circumstances, you've got to do the very best you can within those parameters, within those circumstances. Okay. You might not be able to change the people you work with, but perhaps there are things you can change. You can try to improve the relationship or the dynamic between people, or you can, I don't know, whatever it is, right? Find a way to make the very best of a less than ideal situation if you can't change the situation altogether. Okay. We got to find the right pathway, and we've got to follow that road. Okay, we're going to talk about the path of the serpent now. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. It helps out the channel. It is a win-win. So, perfect, right? We've got your Libra energy as your general energy here. So I feel like you're right in your zone. Like this, you're able to really handle problems in a very mature way, but also in a very like assertive way. It feels like you're not someone that has to go and take a time out and think about it for an hour and then come back and say, okay, now I know what I wanted to say to you. I feel like this is all just kind of flowing out of you. Like I said, in real time, It took us almost a half an hour to talk about it, but I feel like it's happening just right away in the moment for you. Because I think you're very much in your energy, and you're not a stranger to getting the Two of Wands. You're not a stranger to anger. This is a button that you know is there. And so Spirit is showing you this button and showing you not only that, it's not that it's something we have to get rid of. See, that's the idea that a lot of people are mistaken on. They think, well, Spirit's showing this light. I'm being filled with this light. I'm being shown all these buttons, and it's up to me now to get rid of the buttons. No, we don't get rid of the buttons. We know how to either activate them ourselves, right, to get stuff done, or when they are activated by other people, and we're going to talk about that with the Four of Swords. When they are activated, that we know how to use that energy in the best way possible. Okay? And maybe this is something that you're being shown again and again, because it is that kind of karmic knot that we've got to untangle. Not to get rid of anger, but the lessons coming back around again so that we can this time hopefully use it in the right way. Okay? And I think you very much are. Now, in the environment, we've got the Princess of Cups here. I think you're dealing with a lot of immaturity in your life. Honestly, yeah. This really could be family members. This could be maybe a younger female energy in your life. But I feel that this is, it's sort of the idea that you're trying to remind yourself that you can't really get mad at everybody. I can't really react in this angry way to everybody in this situation. It's as if we're trying not to judge the other person. Does that make sense? We are not mad at them for behaving the way they are. We feel an anger. Yeah, that button is being pushed in us, but we're not mad at that person for doing it. Does that make sense? That we're not judging them because it's kind of like, I was there once too, Or if the situation was reversed, maybe I'd be acting the same way. So it's like, it is kind of like this higher perspective that you have. It is like this maturity or this transcendence. It's like you're not taking it personally. You know that this Two of Wands, this is something that Spirit's showing you that you've got to deal with. You're not mad at the other person. And even in a way, this may be weird, and in a way we're sort of thankful for them. Because they're the conduit through which Spirit is showing us what's inside of us, so that we can continue to become the very best magician, of which we're capable. Yeah. So in some ways, we're grateful for these opportunities. And we don't take it personally. I'm not mad at the person for doing that. When I'm driving on the freeway, I'm not mad at the other person that cuts me off or slams on their brakes or something, right? I react in a certain way, yes. But I'm not mad at them because, well, hey, I've done that before too, and in some ways we try to be grateful. Well, that's I'm thankful that happened because it allowed me to realize that I need to pay more attention. It allowed me to make sure that my reaction skills and my driving skills are kind of up to par. The feeling that I get if I do start to get angry and the adrenaline or the frustration or whatever, it's allowed me to see that about myself and to realize, okay, anger and frustration and stuff, that's not helping me be a better driver and get to our destination. What I need to do is be more alert, and maybe if I was not following so close to that car, then this person's crazy behavior, which I'm not condoning their behavior, it wouldn't have affected me, right? So it's about keeping our own house in order, I think. Yeah. And we do need the intuition. And I think that this is part of that ability to be receptive and to be thankful or grateful, right, for these opportunities. In other words, what we said before about the High Priestess energy is you accepting this starlight into your life to show you the buttons so that you can become the magician. Okay? And yeah, we're going to get mad. We're maybe going to do some things that once we calm down, we're going to be like, I shouldn't have reacted that way. I'm sorry, whatever. We're not going to condone other people's behaviors, but we're welcoming these opportunities Okay. Now, the Four of Swords, I want to talk a bit about this really quick before we look at the mystery card. The Four of Swords is your growing ability, the work that we're trying to do so that we're not affected by other people's behaviors, so other people can't push our buttons. This is like a protective circle, magical circle around yourself. And it's part of the magician. We think of a magician in the magic circle, doing the rituals. And we want to be protected from energy coming in from outside. So in other words, when things happen in our environment, when someone cuts us off on the freeway or someone steals our lunch money or something, that we can react appropriately. But we are not, our button is not pushed. You know what I mean? That someone else's behavior, I can sort of, I'm not saying I can, but ideally, we would be able to regulate how affected we are. Right? How much we are moved to that emotion, that somebody else's words or actions can light up that Two of Wands in us. Okay? Four of Swords is saying, I'm trying not to be so sensitive to what other people do. Doesn't mean that you're just a pushover. No. It doesn't mean that you're going to just be steamrolled or be taken advantage of. It doesn't mean you're going to be a sucker, right? It means that you get to choose. That it's in your power, your control, how you react and respond to those things. That you might say, well, it's time to hit the button, or you might say, I don't even care. It's not worth responding to. It's a mastery, and that's magician card. That's magician energy. And this is our ability to sort of start to work on that sort of skill. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. Okay. What do we want? More cups, right? The whole idea is for us to get where we're going, right? I want to get to our destination. So is me having this reaction against the other crazy motorist who's cutting people off and tailgating and stuff, which I really can't stand. Is it worth me engaging with that person? No, not necessarily. I mean, unless maybe sometimes it might be. I might have to then, get off the freeway or get away from that person so that I can make sure I get to our destination, to get to our 10 of Cups. So maybe another 10 of Cups, yeah. Let's see. I think either 6 or 10 of Cups, maybe 9 of Cups. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. Ah, yeah, 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. I'm on a roll today. I think this is 2 out of 3 so far. Yeah, the 10 of Cups. It's all about, we keep this in the forefront of our minds on the mirror, and this is kind of like, okay, the important thing is that we get to our destination. Right? And we get there safely and soundly, right, to wherever we're going on the freeway. And this is, I think, we're getting this card again because this is us actually getting there. And now we're very thankful. Now we really have the reinforcement that says, I made the right decision. If I would have went chasing after that motorist that cut me off or something, it would have been bad news, right? That I did the right thing and I made sure that my choices were all aimed at the outcome that I wanted. Okay? And that, yes, maybe that person, I hate to use the word triggered, but maybe that person pressed some of my buttons and I started to get real mad and I was gripping the steering wheel like this and grinding my teeth. But I was able to calm it down and make some good decisions, right? Until maybe there's one point where someone will cut you off and you'll just automatically sort of do what you got to do, slow down, get in the other lane, do whatever, But you don't have that rage reaction, Self-control in a way. In a big way, I guess. It's mastery. It's all part of becoming the best magician or musician that you can be. Okay? We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, I think you should. There's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Libra, Wednesdays and Saturdays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It's free. And leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Yeah. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.